everyone, welcome back to Whiz, the show where knowledge is power and young minds shine. My name is Jonathan Jacobus and I will be your host for this episode. We are now at the second episode of the semifinals, where we have 3 contestants who will be competing for the opportunity to move on to our finals. Now, each of these contestants needed to beat out 2 other contestants to be here. So the competition is going to be tight. Let's meet our contestants, starting from the left over there.
My name is Nair Abdanan.
My name is Divya Prasad.
My name is Zaid Hussein.
Now we've met our contestants, let's take a look at the rules of the competition.
There are 4 categories of questions: mathematics, science, English, and social studies. The host will select the first category and read the first question. Contestants will compete for the opportunity to answer questions by hitting their assigned buzzer. Once a question is read to completion, the contestants can then hit their buzzer. Contestants must keep their hands to their sides while a question is being read. The first contestant to hit their buzzer will be identified by the buzzer system, and the host will then call on the contestant to answer the question. Once called upon by the host, the contestant has 10 seconds to answer the question. If a contestant answers the question correctly, they will be awarded 5 points and be allowed to select the category of the next question. If a contestant fails to answer a question correctly, the host will share the correct answer and will then select the category of the next question. Once a total of 40 questions has been exhausted, the contestant with the most points is declared the winner and will proceed on to the next round of competition. If any contestants have the same number of points or there is a tie, those contestants will then advance to a bonus round. The bonus round will contain 5 questions from any of the 4 categories, following the same rules and format as outlined.
Now that we're well acquainted with the rules, it's time for us to begin the show. Contestants, are you ready?
No.
Well, the show must go on. Let's begin with everyone's favorite subject, mathematics. What is 15% of 500? Zayden.
75.
That is correct. What will be the next category?
Social studies.
Pepper pot is to Amerindians as garlic pork is to blank. Divya.
Portuguese.
That is correct. Good job, Divya.
Science, please.
All right, we're going to go to science. Which type of exercise strengthens the heart and lungs? Divya.
Aerobic exercise.
That is correct.
English, please.
What do we call a paragraph's ending sentence? Zayden.
At the conclusion.
Is the concluding sentence. That's the answer we're looking for. That's a very tricky one, right?
Yeah.
Conclusion, entire paragraph. Concluding sentence, the last line in our conclusion. All right?
Mhm.
Let's go with social studies. What is the name of Guyana's national anthem? Zayden. Unfortunately, time is up. Do any of our other contestants know the answer to this one? Divya?
Dear Land of Guyana.
No,
Greenland of Guyana.
that's correct. It is Greenland of Guyana. Let us go to another category. We'll go to science. The type of root system that spreads near the surface of the soil is called blank. Divya?
Fibrous roots.
That is correct, Divya. Very good job.
Stay in science, please.
Gonna stay in science. Lovely. When used for prying, a hammer can be considered what type of lever? Zayden.
The second class of lever.
Unfortunately, no. It is a first-class lever when it's used specifically for prying, right?
Okay.
Let's go to math. Find 7 times 8 minus 10.
4 to 6.
That is correct, Nayan. Very
English,
good job.
please.
English, lovely. What do we call the ending of a story? Divya,
The conclusion.
that is correct.
Science, please.
Science. What mineral-rich waste is lost through sweat? Zayden,
Salt.
that is correct. Good job.
Science, please.
We're going to stay in science. Which part of the leaf controls transpiration? Divya,
The stomata.
that is correct. Good job, Divya.
Stay in science, please.
You're going to stay in science. The separation method used to separate salt from salt water is blank. Divya,
Evaporation.
that is correct. Good job, Divya.
Mathematics, please.
Okay, Matt. Express 3 over 20 as a decimal. Divya,
0.15.
that is correct. Good job, Divya.
Social studies, please.
Which group of indentured laborers arrived on the General Wyndham? Divya,
The Chinese.
that is correct, Divya. Very good job.
Social studies, please.
All right, we're going to stay in social studies. Kingston is to Jamaica as Kingstown is to blank. Divya,
St. Vincent and the Grenadines.
that is correct. It is St. Vincent and the Grenadines. Good job.
Science, please.
What is the name given to the third stage of metamorphosis in a butterfly? Zayden,
Pupa.
that is correct.
Social studies, please.
Who composed the music for the national anthem? Divya, all right, and that is the time. Unfortunately, it means that you do not get that point. So, does anyone else know the answer? No?
Mr. Whitney Smith.
No, that's who wrote it. Now, who composed it is actually RCG Potter. All right, so since no one got that one, we're going to go to another category. We're going to go to English. What word tells what a story is mostly about? Zayden.
The introduction.
The answer we're looking for is the main idea.
Okay.
All right? I think we're going to stay in English. What book helps you find the meaning of words? Divya.
The dictionary.
That is correct.
Mathematics, please.
Okay, we're going to go to mathematics. What is the cost of 5 kg of sugar at $120 per kilogram? Zayden.
$600.
That is correct. Good job there, Zayden.
I would like to proceed with science, please.
The atmospheric layer that filters ultraviolet radiation is known as the blank. Divya.
The ozone layer.
That is correct. Good job.
Science, please.
The process by which rocks are turned into soil is called blank. Divya.
Weathering.
Yes, Divya, that is correct. Good job.
Social studies, please.
All right, social studies. What crop is casarib made from? Divya.
Cassava.
That is correct.
Mathematics, please.
Find 100 minus open bracket 4 times 6 close bracket. Zayden.
It would be 76.
That is correct, Zayden. Good job. You're very sharp with the math.
English, please.
Which reference book shows maps? Divya.
An atlas.
That is correct. Good job.
Science, please.
What is the largest group of invertebrates? Zayden.
Arthropods.
That is correct. Good job, Zayden.
Mathematics, please.
What is the smallest whole number? Zayden.
1.
The smallest whole number is 0 and the smallest natural number is 1. All right, so unfortunately, because you didn't get that, we're going to have to go to another category. I'm thinking we should even it out by going to English. What do we call the problem in a story? Zayden. Unfortunately, your time is up. The answer we were looking for is the conflict. Okay, we're going to continue with English. What is a fact? Divya.
A fact is something that is definitely true.
Okay, that is correct. We're going to give you that. But for our other contestants and you as well, in an exam, you might want to expound a little more and say that a fact is something that can be proven to be true. All right?
Maths, please.
Okay, we go to math. What is the name of an angle greater than 90 degrees but less than 180? Divya.
An obtuse angle.
That is correct.
Social studies, please.
True or false? Dominica is a CARICOM member state. Divya.
True.
That is true. You are correct. Good job, Divya.
Mathematics, please.
What is the average of the following set of numbers? 10, 12, 13, and 13. Zayden.
The average would be 12.
Oh, that's very, very close, Zayden. Unfortunately, you were just about out of time when you said the answer. That was very, very close. I'm really sorry, but unfortunately, we can't give you that one, all right? Social studies. La Bonne Intention, Versailles, and La Penitence are all named by this group of Europeans. Zayden.
The Dutch.
Very sorry, Zayden, but unfortunately that is incorrect. The answer is the French. All right? Let's go to English. What is it called when you tell a story in your own words? Divya. Unfortunately, you were out of time. The answer we were looking for is a retelling. All right, we're going to go to math. What is the next composite number in this sequence? 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, blank. Zayden.
It would be 12.
That is correct, Zayden. Good job. What category would you like, Zayden?
Mathematics, please.
Okay, this is the last question for math. What shape has only one curved surface? Zayden.
A cylinder.
That is correct. Good job.
Social studies. Social studies.
Okay, social studies. Immediately before Guyana became a British colony, it was colonized by blank. Zayden.
The Europeans.
Unfortunately, no, we can't take that. Remember, the British are also Europeans. We're looking for another specific European.
The Dutch.
Yes, it would have been the Dutch. But unfortunately, we're going to have to go with your first answer. So you don't get that one, all right? All right, we have one question for social studies remaining and 2 questions for English. So we're going to go with English. What do we call words like first, next, and finally? Zayden.
Transitional words.
Yes, we're going to take that. We also would have accepted sequencing words.
Social studies.
Rose Hall, Corriverton, and New Amsterdam are towns in which region? Nayan.
Region 6.
That is correct. What do we call details that support the main idea? Zayden.
The body?
I believe the answer we're looking for is supporting details. All right? Very good try, Zayden. And that exhausts all of our questions with the score with Divya, 85 points, Zayden, 45 points, and Nayan, 10 points. Which means Divya is our winner for this episode and we'll be moving on to the finals. Congratulations, give yourselves a round of applause. So that means Divya will be joining Alex in the finals. Make sure you tune in to find out who our third finalist will be. Remember, if you want to sharpen your NGSA skills, head to our YouTube channel for lessons and other Whiz Kids episodes just like this one. Thank you for joining us. My name is Jonathan Jacobus, and this has been Whiz Kids, the show where knowledge is power and young minds shine.